are so efficient.
We're very red.
Yeah, we are. You know what? Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
It's whatever. We need more color in our skin. This makes it look like we go outside.
Exactly. What is up, everyone? Party people, fun boys, etc. Maybe I just need to have my headphones turned up there. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's Ian and Heather.
I don't know if people know, but don't worry about the webcam.
Wait, who we are? Hi, I'm Ian.
I'm Heather.
Yes, and our webcam is broken, which is why we look like this.
This is a different webcam.
Yeah.
In case people need to know, I don't know.
If you'd like to avoid it, this is of the Microsoft LifeCam series of cameras. We generally use these for just the draft cams and whatnot because they're only 720, but yeah, they're bad.
Yeah. It's don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They're gonna fix it.
You won't have to look at this for very long because very soon we'll be going into our game for today. Yes, that's right. We still play games here in Rhythm Cafe. A week later. Today's game is going to be Muse Dash by a publisher for the Nintendo Switch. That part I know because you showed me that it was on a Switch and we have the Switch controllers here.
I mean, you can get it on other things. I believe it's also available on mobile and like Steam or something. I got it on Switch. It's more expensive on Switch, but not really because you get all the DLC. So,
And you get a cartridge too, which is.
No, this is digital.
Oh, okay. So you can't even taste this game.
I wouldn't want to. I feel like given the color scheme that I've seen so far in this game, because I've played a little bit of it, it's gonna taste a lot like overdone cotton candy, and I just not what my Switch cart I want to
that's very
taste.
interesting because, like, given my decades of experience within the subculture community, this sort of color scheme to me immediately brings forth like a nose and a taste of Subway sandwich.
How many people are in this subculture community?
At this point in the world, probably millions.
How often do you meet? I assume there's meetings, some tastings, like some like formalized events.
Gee, I mean, yes, there are. They're called anime conventions, and I hope there's not tastings there. Yes, this I prefer the 2006 Full Metal Alchemist. I feel it has a greater body. I mean, a lot of people prefer the re-release, but I find that they think that a larger quantity in the bottle is what really brings it up. Yes. Shall we play the game?
Sure. I'm gonna put us into this corner.
Okay.
I'll turn that music.
Heather puts Ian in a corner. That's
It's your own fault.
you're the only one.
Wait.
Also, I'm not baby, except for the times I'm baby.
Cool. I think how to play actually does a proper tutorial. I can't remember. So I know how to play. But,
I don't.
It's good to learn.
Welcome, my friend. Everyone has rhythm. Even those of you who don't think you do. Okay. I do see the hit points. Enemies may appear on the ground or in the air. Press the Y button to hit the enemies. On the ground. You use Y because Y is the axis of verticalness. Yes. Press triangle, specifically that other triangle, to hit air enemies, and then press both to hit them both.
I believe the way I've got the controls set up is, so this is also a jump button,
Okay.
because you should not hit the saw blades. But I believe I have this set up so that basically all the buttons on the left side
Are up.
are the up, and all the buttons on the right side are down.
Okay, that's sensible. Well, now you need to attack the boss. I'm very confused by the world building that this boss has. Like, they're fruits that are driving fruits, but also wearing fruits? Awesome. You're a genius, right?
I don't like visual novels that only give me one choice option. Just saying.
There's very few appropriate times to do that.
But yeah, okay, that's the tutorial. It's how you play. It's 2 buttons. They do the combination hold note 2-button thing. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. What was the name of that game?
So, did you want to start?
I would love to give this a try. Spec Ops: The Line. That's it. That's the only game that's allowed to give me only one choice as a visual novel. I mean, let's leave it alone, right?
I mean, so, like, Fire Emblem Three Houses does it sometimes, where it's like, here's your 2 choices of response, and I'm like, yes in a nod way, and yes in a loud way. Thanks, game.
There we go.
So you also have a health bar at the bottom of the screen. That's how you know the game has a fail state.
That's the hold. The music sounds a little bit overdriven.
All I know is, for some reason, this game, compared to every other game I've played on my Switch volume is like here, and this game's volume is like way up here.
Okay, so it is...
Like, I do have to turn the TV way down compared to any other game or thing I play, which is odd.
This song is trying to trick me with ghosts.
I actually kind of like the ghost notes.
Yeah.
Just because they don't wreck your combo if you don't get them, so they're an extra. But I also like the fact that they make them literal ghosts. I mean, I guess we could go into the options and see if we can pull back the music, but I can't remember if there was one or not.
We should check that, because I have another possible solution, but it involves touching the mixer.
We should see if there's a non-mixer touching solution, because we're not good at remembering to put things back.
No, but everything's wrong, so. Yeah, this is definitely too hot coming out of the Switch. Okay, that was fun. This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, like it's. I think his presentation could use a little more, but
it's not exactly my aesthetic, but in terms of just game feel, it's good.
General?
Oh yeah, there we go. Music volume. Let's try 90.
Why? No, seriously, why have you made this so that when I push the thing down, you don't just keep sliding?
Oh my gosh, I don't generally let out a. I have to make it very clear when I do that is a Dio and not anything else, because I'm trying to eliminate that from my vocabulary, and it's also
yeah, it's kind of a
lot of people find it very anti.
It's a meme that's not great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull the volume down to 50 because we can always up the volume. I'm just a little annoyed that it's programmed in this way. Does it seem less crunchy?
Yeah, so far. Like, I think we'll need to go back into music. I think.
Less particles?
No, I like the particles.
Okay. What is this?
Well, currently background brightness is at 100%. Oh, I guess this allows you to see what it would look like on various different levels.
Okay, well, I guess this would be a dark level. Just curious.
Yeah.
I think having the background brightness all the way up seems fine. there's any problems with offsets. Alright.
Never a bad time to switch over to Muda Muda Muda. That might be difficult for when I'm experiencing distress over bad choices, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I don't think that's an RPM I want.
Happy music.
It's real dark. Here, this is
Christmas time. Christmas music. I do really like the aesthetic of a long bowstring with a sword hilt on the end of it. Okay, this game doesn't mess around with its difficulty level.
Yeah, it's very important to actually pay attention to the difficulty numbers.
Whoa! Your health bar took a pretty significant hit there.
I did. I got hit much.
So I'll let you in a little secret here. I didn't research any of this game beforehand, so I thought it was somehow diner-based, because for some reason any game with the word dash in it in my head is now associated with dining.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I can follow that logic. Diner Dash was a good game. It's like the one game I actually paid money for on Yahoo.
Oh, Yahoo. Let's see. Two-Phase. Sure, this game isn't going to be at all what I want it to be. The song what I want it to be, but...
I mean, it's a runner,
yeah.
which is not... Which I find is, like, I think becoming a little bit more of a thing with rhythm games.
Well, I mean, it's...
More recently?
I think as we discussed last week, it's really just a, like, turning the angle 90 degrees and changing the symbols from, you know, from little bars into figures. Like, this is Guitar Hero with 2 strings. Mechanically. That doesn't mean to say that different implementations of this same style of lines can be implemented badly. Thankfully, this is a great feeling implementation.
Yeah, like I think rhythm-based, it does a really good job. I will warn people aesthetically. While what we're looking at is a lot of bubblegum stuff, especially with this character design. There are 3 characters you can choose from that have different outfits, and some of them go more into the anime fan service of things. If that bothers you, you either maybe don't use those outfits, like we're not going to, or maybe the game not for you aesthetically, which is okay. There's lots of other games. I don't find them. So by fan service, I do mean like there is one outfit where where one of the characters is literally naked, wrapped in a gift box. Like you're not gonna see anything, but it is very fan servicey.
It is.
It is not. It's more sexy Halloween costume than what I would call outright feminine.
It is not explicit, but it is very clear what the intention is.
Mm-hmm.
And that intention is horny. Daisuki.
Yeah, I just want people to know that because we're not going to go look at those.
Yep.
Particularly. Because that's not for everybody.
No. And we like this cafe to be for everyone who likes rhythm games. If you don't like rhythm games, get the fuck out.
I mean, I quite like this character because I like the fact that she runs on a she has a polar bear friend.
Yeah, it's kind of
like that. I really enjoy.
So when you said polar bear friend, I was like all in my head spooling up to start talking about the Golden Compass and how his Dark Materials is a great trilogy, and I just started reading a new book and like, oh yeah, Lyra, Golden Compass, riding a polar bear. This is not that. This is something completely different. I love it.
Oh yeah, we're keeping that on easy.
Whew.
No, it's a great polar bear.
It's great polar bear, yeah.
This is it basically makes me think of like how they did the riding of certain Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go, and
actually, conversely, F that. I'm gonna say as of this moment for the next wow, I'm being loud enough to cause damage to my ears for prolonged periods of time. For the next hour and a half, this is what the Golden Compass aesthetic now looks like. Let's all imagine what that movie would be. Good luck with the homework, Chicken Ace. Oh,
oof.
Ravencore, you are correct. Yes, it is getting a TV series on HBO. It's coming soon. I'm so excited.
All right, 7 maybe still not.
Ooh.
Maybe still a bit too much for me right now.
I like seeing you, you know what? I'm gonna F with the Destroyer. I like seeing you gain power on stream, though.
It's been a while since I played. I played this when I think it first hit the Switch because I was like, oh yeah, new rhythm game on Switch. But I've had many other games in my playlog.
Zazamost, I'll answer that question for you quickly from my own perspective. Yeah, I used to play a lot of rhythm games in the arcade when I was in Japan. It was kind of a toss-up between those and the Gundam piloting and card games in arcades. And of course, crane games.
I don't know what Pump It Up is.
I think Pump It Up was... God, was that the one with more footpads?
I mean, where I grew up, the only rhythm game arcade machine was DDR. So I played that excessively. Like, we're talking 5-6 hour stints sometimes in the arcade. Mm-hmm. That's where a lot of my money went. here, I don't know that we... I think there's supposed to be a machine somewhere, but I don't have the time to really...
No.
To really do that. Also, that's... I don't know that I have the money. I did try playing, Anime Evolution, I think, had a par machine a couple of times that I went, so I got to try that, which I quite enjoyed. And I tried playing it, I think, on the, I want to say the PS2, because they had a setup with things, which wasn't quite the same, because unless you can set it up on the wall, you have to push your hands over top of where they're on the floor.
Right.
And that's not quite the same feel for that game.
And a lot of the conventions I've been to recently have had Japanese rhythm arcade games at them. Both in MagFest and C2E2. They also had Hyper Bishi Bashi Champ, which is kind of like more of a rhythm mini game.
I mean, Beach and I went to Japan. Very different place. We did stop by an arcade, and we looked at them, but a good majority of the arcades we saw were for claw machines, or photo booths and stuff. And the one that we did find, I couldn't see a ton of rhythm games at, but also I was very out of my element at the time, so I wasn't really exploring and looking for them.
Right.
But if we went back, I'd have to.
Sorry. When you go back, ideally if there's going to be some sort of a large group trip, I'll definitely be dragging... Well, we'll definitely be dragging you out for...
The two of us have to go find rhythm games.
Yes.
That's just, like, the end of it.
But I know exactly where to go. An 8-bit adventure.
This
That
has
sounds...
a 6 on it. Let's try 6. Trying to gauge my level.
Music. Ready? Go!
Ah yes, 8-bit Skrillex. My mind just stopped remembering what this music was called. Dubstep, there we go. How much Patreon do we need for LRL Goes to Japan?
I feel like if we do that, that's going to be a separate from Patreon thing.
Yeah. Patreon is there to keep the lights on, as we say, and to make sure everyone gets some sort of a paycheck. And we're still not to the everyone has a full-time job tier yet, so I think that comes first. But hey, not my part of the business. And Feminine Desires, I think that's a great take to take on this game if this is your sort of thing. Like if you get a good feeling out of this, great. Just not for me.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
My problem with my major problem with the game, in terms of the artwork, is actually not really the artwork itself, so much as when you look at the character screen, how overly bouncy they are. It's too much movement for my eyes. And I kind of wish they'd slow it down. Like, this is not bad right here. This is okay. It's... Go to the artwork screen.
Hey, congratulations us.
Oh, hey, cool. Unlocked a new song.
Sweet. An Imaginary World by Horse.
Where do I find this option? It's that. I actually find that too much movement for my eyes on an image.
Hey, it's a lot.
I just kind of like it to be slowed down.
I'm gonna play the horse song.
But I really do like the different worlds. Like there's a song where you fight hats, like just top hats are the things that you end up fighting, and that I quite like. I do kind of wish it had some story to it. Like, I don't think it's necessary.
Especially with so many characters.
With the different characters and stuff, I kind of wish it had a little bit of, like, a story. Even something as... something as kind of just low-key as, like, a love life story. Just some flavor to add to the world would be nice. Yeah, like, the trip has a story running through it. It's not, like, a huge story or anything. You spend a lot more time playing the game, and that's fine.
What I'd honestly like is a game with this aesthetic and this level of polish that features some licensed Japanese music. Like, I get the expense of that, but it's music I like, and when I'm playing rhythm games, I'm not actually here for new music.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to us having, when we get to Runner 3 on this show. Well, I've played all of it. It's definitely got an interesting change of pace from Runner 2.
Oh, Eric the Orange, yeah, no, you're right. This is very much like a Taiko no Tatsujin style of gameplay.
Yeah, two button,
Yeah.
essentially.
Is there any licensed stuff in the Otaku pack? Didn't look like it. At least nothing that I recognized.
Give me... okay.
Sausage Santa?
It's a Runner 3 thing.
Oh, okay.
Music.
I
Ready?
thought it might have been a song I didn't...
No, it has nothing
catch.
to do with the game that we're currently playing.
I mean, it took me many years for me to finally find out what people were talking about when they meant Meat Circus, so... Was Runner 3 on your home stream, or was that,
That was my home stream.
Okay.
We have not done Runner 3 on this.
Didn't think so.
I for one thing, that's a game I want you to play. So
Thank you. There was some question in the chat as to whether it was something you played with Corey while I was gone, or if that was a home stream thing.
Corey and I did do the first bits of the Bit series.
Mm-hmm. And
And I think, yeah, Patapon. Which unfortunately is a bit too grindy for our... But a good game.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Meat Circus is safe to Google. Like, generally I don't consider anything meat or circus related to be very sexual. But if that is your own personal kink, good on you.
I guess? I don't know.
Some people really like clowns and people in top hat and tails.
I guess? Sure. I'm not gonna think about it. It ain't my thing.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna ignore it.
Let's get on board
Is
the...
Meat Circus a sex thing?
No.
What is Meat Circus? I don't actually know.
It's a level from Tiny Boy Psychonauts. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for...
Tiny Boy Psychonauts. Got it.
Yeah, Tiny Boy Psychonauts. Oh, that sounds... Well, it's almost Halloween. If it's safe on Bing. Jab, 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 jab. Whoops. This was definitely much more in line with the lyrics being spoken. I think this is also Chinese or Korean?
I think the company that makes this game is Chinese. Possibly. I'm not... Don't quote me on that. I'll be right back. I need to take these last two.
No worries. This definitely sounds Chinese. Oh yeah.
Much better. Forgot how talky we get during streams. All the mouth movement goes against them, and it's just like, oh, well, this is painful.
Soon.
Soon. And then I gotta learn how to talk with retainers in my mouth all over again.
Oh no.
But, you know.
It's never ending.
But apparently it's not.
It's the worst. That's interesting.
I mean, it's got some cuties on the cover, which we'll never see, so I'm gonna play this song.
It's importantly also got a real singer.
Ready?
It sounds like, at least. A heavily auto-tuned. the licensed Japanese music is high on my list right now because last night I fell down a hole of watching music videos for the first time from one of my favorite Japanese artists, official Hige Dandism. It's very mustache focused. Anyway, they do a really good job of putting the lyrics on their videos, which means they also do a very good job of translating them to English. But what got me big into them and made a lifetime fan of me was they took one of their songs, and it seems that they solicited music students from across Japan, about 30 of them, to play the background track on one of their music videos, and it's so pure and so beautiful. Nice. Take the nurse with you if you bleed a lot.
Yeah, the nurse is an elfin. It's like a little like mascot character that follows you around. You unlock those, and you can have different ones for your character.
Okay.
And they have little buffs.
They're like the little bits from Phantasy Star Online.
We have
Ready, go!
I thought we had a
We should have the robot
attached.
rabbit with carrot ears.
but maybe I didn't. I can't remember what it was supposed to do.
Oh, this is a crow level, so I'm excited.
Honestly, this weird pumpkin character that we're fighting just makes me think of Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, I can get that.
I should give that a rewatch. It's a good time of year for that one. This is also probably one of the first rhythm games I've seen where when they give you the chance to like just really hit hard on the controls, it kind of feels really good with all the punching.
Yeah. There's a very kinetic aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! Boop.
I mean, in Taiko, I like it, but there's something kind of different about watching something just like
Yeah.
punch.
It's
That
that
seems a little bit more for me than
the-
just the Taiko drum real hard.
the kinetic aspect of seeing a punching happen. It's very JoJo.
If they want to make a JoJo rhythm game like this, I'd
Holy,
play it.
yeah, 100%.
Let's see how bad this is.
I mean, even just a rhythm game that's all just the OPs and EDs of the JoJo's would be good enough.
Go!
There we go, the hats.
Yeah!
Yeah, there's just something about the hat punching that I...
I was just like, if we could reskin this so I could fuck up a Trilby, I'd be really happy. Try to remember the name of the TV show where the evil hats take over people. I'm like, no, that's just Super Mario. Am I thinking of The Mask? I'm pretty sure I'm not thinking of The Mask.
Nope. I did actually fairly well on that one, though.
Do you want to give it another try?
No.
Okay. Well, you failed the blackest luxury car, Heather. I don't think I'll ever trust you again. I was gonna go look at this Happy Otaku pack and see if there's anything I recognize at all.
I mean, there was nothing I recognized when I looked through, but...
Nope. Well, no, but we'll play the opening theme of the game. I wouldn't be surprised though if these are some of the underground doujinshi music songs.
I could see that. There's nothing within those packs that I recognize as being
Specifically.
from specific, like an anime or like usually when you have the otaku songs in a rhythm game, we get like a One Piece,
Yeah.
some sort of Sentai Ranger thing, usually the one that was popular that year.
Yep.
Can't think of anything else offhand, but usually you get like a couple of those.
Sozai-san and all the other,
You also tend to get like a whole classical music pack.
Yep.
Probably something from like Detective Conan.
I mean, at this stage, there's just so much of it.
Actually, I think that's the funny thing. As far as I understand, because I stopped playing Fire Emblem Heroes a while ago, but Beej is still playing it. Occasionally they do music stages that are kind of, if I remember right, reminiscent of like Theatrhythm.
Really?
For the battle stages, but they all go to the same song, and I'm like that seems disappointing given that it's a very large franchise. They should have a lot of music to draw on.
Yeah.
But if they made a proper like Fire Emblem Theatrhythm game, I'd be cool for that. I know I think they made a Dragon Quest one that never came out of Japan.
Ooh.
But yeah, the Theatrhythm games are quite well done on the 3DS.
And thankfully quite well received.
I like what they did with the second Final Fantasy theme rhythm, because they give you an overworld map to fight through that gives you quests and stuff with the songs, which I think is a really neat touch. Ooh, a new elfin is unlocked. Actually, let's go see that.
Okay.
Elfin.
You seem pretty cool.
Angela will reduce 6 damage each time you get hurt. I mean, that might be good. 2 seconds of invincibility. Yeah, this is the one I thought we had. Oh no, right. We haven't unlocked this one. There's the cat. Let's take our new one.
Hello, Angela.
Also, I'm gonna move us to her. Because I like her.
Cool. Then we should use her.
I mean, I also like polar bear punching, but I want to get some character.
Conflict.
You remember there was like a series of anime openings for a while that all had this kind of music in the opening for ages?
Very gothic style.
Yeah.
Yep.
No matter what the series was actually about.
This really reminds me of Handshakers.
How about some Enka?
We call that a sense memory. Wait, Enka dance music?
That's
I'll be
what
the-
this was called.
I'll be the judge of that.
愛は別れの始めとは申しますが、振り返れば長い道のりでした。幾多の才能をいずれは年上とっても今の喜びを見
I mean, so far they're hitting some pretty traditional Enka tropes, which is good. Sure, I do declare this Enka dance music. I think it's cheating if you actually have a robot saying wub wub wub. Wub wub wub.
What is it?
Didn't catch the first part of that sentence, but something about cake.
See, now if you give her a lacrosse stick, she's basically just the character design from Sket Dance
Really?
of the female character who beats people up.
I'm getting some very, Pretty Cure vibes from her too.
I don't know if I've seen enough Pretty Cure. Just outright. That's just a statement. I need to probably go watch some more Pretty Cure.
I hear it's good.
I don't understand why that's actually not a thing that gets brought over. Or licensed on like Crunchyroll or anything.
Yes.
It's because it really, I don't understand. It should. I mean, there's Netflix's version called Glitter Force, which is very, a good recreation attempt of 4Kids translation. So that's interesting in its own right.
It's just your friendly monthly reminder that the One Piece 4Kids One Piece rap is one of the best theme songs ever done, period. Legitimately.
And I'm gonna say that, because I'm not kidding about Glitter Force doing a 4Kids style
Translation.
They take you know how schools like to do that whole in high school anime series, they do the thing where they go visit Kyoto.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine an English translated thing. Every time they talk about going to Kyoto, they keep mentioning that all of the landmarks are perfect replicas because they're trying to make it sound like they are inside a giant convention hall that looks like Kyoto, but is absolutely not.
I
Like,
love it.
I kind of have to give props for the amount of weird wrangling around that they try to do.
Sticking to their lie.
Uh-huh. I also like the fact that they refer to the takoyaki stand, because they don't actually show you the takoyaki. They refer to that stand as selling octopus sandwiches.
Perfect. Which must have made the internet just seethe with rage.
I mean, maybe I didn't go looking to see what the internet thought.
It's like, something that's encased in bread can't be a sandwich.
I think later when they actually show when you see them, they refer to them as octopus balls. In translation, but because you didn't see them, they gave it a different thing. They also called oh shoot, what's that dish? The it's not katsudon, it's the other one with the shredded cabbage.
Okonomiyaki.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okonomiyaki. They refer to as Japanese pizza.
That's weird.
But they were eating it as if like how we would eat pizza in that scene, so I kind of give them that one.
Shall we take a break, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Good.
let's
We're-
do that.
We're going to take a short break.
I'm gonna lower the music so that you don't have to listen to a loop thing while we're on break.
It's out of sense.
So, yeah.
Be back in just a moment. Don't go away. More Rhythm Cafe
Sorry.
after this. Party people.
We're back.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it? Mine.
Yes.
That sounds cheery.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
I'm in with it. I'm just assuming this is a this is a worship song.
Music. Ready? Go!
Do you think there already is worship music made in this style?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
This actually sounds like the opening to a Slice of Life show. It's about a girl who's learning to make friends for the first time. She probably plays a musical instrument. And now she's joining a band.
And she's working in a coffee shop to get money to pay for university. Just because anytime I can take a show out of high school, I'm going to.
Well, in that case, I'd say she's already in university, part-time coffee shop job, because you gotta pay the bills. But she has a musical interest in which she ends up joining a club, but she's not she's never really been able to explore that before. So now she's making those friends for the first time who are also interested in a thing that she's interested in.
But she's definitely not taking the full course load. Because it's 2019. Shit's terrible. Ah!
I mean, to be honest, when I went through college and I found out that you don't have to take the full course load, I stopped taking the full course load. Because that was too much for me. And it just kind of felt like I was being scammed when nobody told me that the first time.
Goodbye, boss. Let's etude. Let's easy etude.
Music. Ready? Go!
Good, I found some hats to fight.
There's something about that I really like.
I like her.
I mean, if I had a choice of weapon, a limo that I can ride on the back of with a conductor thing to send off hat minions, yeah, I'd be for it.
Good enough.
Piece of cake!
This is a piece of cake. Okay. 8 more days.
Okay. It's been like every night this week. Hey, when's Chiafura coming out? I don't know.
I've got my system.
Not for a while yet.
I've got my system set up, and as soon as it's available.
Oops. Just see what. No. That's not bad.
Good bounce.
Can I play as her?
I mean,
She looks cool.
I think you are already? Or wait, were you doing a bit?
She has cool top hat.
Go!
I feel like she might be the villain.
I legitimately think that the character in that album art is this one.
Oh, could be.
People talking in chat right now about not understanding Englishisms, and I'm reminded of a thread on Reddit I was pointing to that was, what are the things that you thought were magical in Harry Potter, but then found out later were just part of regular British culture?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
A lot of people were thinking like the best boys and prefects, treacle.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I can see that. I mean, I kind of knew about some of that stuff already. So I never thought that was Harry Potter related in terms of like wizards.
Same, but apparently a lot of people weren't aware.
I mean, we also live in Canada, so we get some Britishisms within some of our own stuff already. I'm gonna assume I figured out most of mine from like the British shows that my mom liked to watch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we are. Same hair.
If it's orange, isn't it? Or I guess it's just the lighting.
That was my thought, because it's a little bit brighter on the left side where there's the light, and it's definitely the same hair curl that she has.
That's true. Okay.
Now, you know, I want to find out about my good bounce.
You also have Oak Bay and Graham's parents. I mean, to be honest, I don't really hang out with Graham's parents, but sure.
Yeah, we get together for bridge every week.
I mean, I barely hang out with my own parents, never mind my friends' parents.
We should just volunteer our parents to come and play AFK bridge.
Late night bridge fight.
I also appreciate that there are multiple attack animations each character has. So it's more dynamic.
Not that I know of, but like,
What was the question?
what is their bridge variant of magic?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm gonna assume the closest you can get is Commander. It's 4-player because it's long.
And nobody ever leaves happy.
I mean, I don't know that much about the format of Commander in terms of playing it and finding out how people work, but it's long. Bridge is long,
I think.
if I remember right. I didn't really play it so much as I was in the same room and the adults were boring, so
Yep.
I did occasionally play Canasta. Because they would play partners.
And you were forced into.
Well, I didn't know enough of it to play on my own. It was much better for me to play with a partner.
Right.
Star Driver. I liked that anime.
I was a fan of Oran Star Racer myself.
Star Driver, as far as I'm concerned, is a magical boy show with robots. Because he's got a transformation.
What was the Magical Boy show that I was... One of the last 2 seasons of something.
The outright Magical Boy show I remember was something to do with an Earth Defense Force club. And they did all the tropes.
Yeah, this was more of a sort of stealth one. Ah, thank you, Senator Gustav. Yes, it was the Penguin one. Except not the Penguin one, the Kappa one.
Kappa one.
Yeah,
Do you have a title to go with that?
Sarazanmai.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm caught up now. I should have been able to figure that out through the Kappa one.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were shortening the word capybara,
Oh, no.
and I was like, I think I know that.
Boy, if we could somehow get Ikuhara to do a capybara-based series.
Oh, Corey would be very happy.
But yeah, I mean, I'm 100% in belief that you were supposed to take that as a as a stealth queer magical boy series.
I haven't had a chance to check that one out. I kind of stepped back on anime, and so basically it's just like Beach finds a bunch of shows he wants to watch.
And then
I
watches
watch the first episode of most of them, unless I see the artwork for once, and then I'm just like, nope, I already know, not that one. And then I watch specific shows with him. He watches the other ones I refuse to watch without me, and then I just go back to my rewatch of Shigachara. So the last, let's say at least a year, I've been not really looking at what's been out.
I think all of these pieces of art are the character girls.
Makes sense.
No, I don't feel good about the good men. This sounds fun though.
And then Beach posts images from the other one in memes. I don't hang out in the channel.
Oh god, is Beej in a channel in the Discord?
Not our Discord. But definitely Adam's Discord.
Oh, good.
I don't think we actually have a memes Discord in our channel for good reason. And his name is Beach.
And his name is Beej Deary!
I really should go back to that Magical Girl show that I meant to watch from a few seasons back. And I'm talking a few seasons because it was one that I said I was going to watch for Anno Annie. And then
Wow.
I just ran out of time. I'm going to have to look up what that was. I don't think... I'm gonna guess we probably haven't gotten a good Magical Girl series that's straight Magical Girl since like outside of Pretty Cure. They did do one last season that was a comedy based thing, but it was I think it's called something like My Neighbor the Demon or something. It's from the perspective of the girl who wakes up to her demon heritage and has to go fight a magical girl.
Right. I think I remember hearing about this one.
Demon Girl Next Door, yeah.
But yeah, this is something that Aaron has talked about quite a bit recently, that the whole dark, subversive magical girl subgenre has kind of taken over.
It's been a lot. I'm waiting for that to subside.
Yep, same.
Like, I'm all cool with a more serious magical girl, or even like an aged up what happens to magical girls when they're older.
But it's
kind
often
of thing,
it's
but
kind of taken the tone of how do we abuse these young girls for entertainment, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it's kind of. We watched what happened with Magica Modica, and that's what people want. So we'll do that, but we'll miss all the whole point.
Yeah, we'll miss the point of why people liked it. Well, why all people like it. There are a lot of people who do like the dark magical girl genre right now, and if you do, that's great. Can you try pirating it for a while so people don't think that it's popular?
Because the ones I've seen that honestly end up with like a lot of rating stuff, because they're not doing grimdark, they're doing yeah. What is it I'm thinking of? Like when horror has to subvert that line between is this horror or is this like just torturing people, that kind of thing. I feel like they're not finding that line properly in the more let's make a really grim dark magical girl show.
I guess it's like anything. Story is what really matters the most there. If you don't have a good story, it doesn't matter what sort of world or rules you can create.
Yeah.
Which is to say, I honestly believe actually you can actually make a good story in any environment.
It's like, I've seen shows try to do the thing where they try to emulate something like Danganronpa, which also doesn't necessarily always hit that line very well, but at least has a fairly good grasp on what they're trying to do.
Right.
And I've seen, there are definitely the shows that try to replicate that one, where you're like, yeah, you've missed it. You missed the line. You went all the way off in that weird direction over there.
Good work. I see a lot of people recommending Mary Cagle's Sleepless Domain, which is also a fantastic source of
Yeah.
magical girl.
My problem is I'm not good at keeping up with webcomics at all. I just kind of forget about them.
Look, it's Beyonce's Formation. It was Beyonce did Formation, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, clearly this is the same song, so we're gonna play it.
Yeah, alright. I'll give Release the Spice a look. Leave that up so I remember to take a look at that later.
I think I'd have a real problem just not being upset that it's not about Dune the entire time I'm watching it.
Well, they spelled spice with a Y. So you know it's not good.
Paul Muad'Dib Chan moved to a brand new school, but he's gonna have to make a lot of friends with. He's gonna be able to take down this school's top student, Baron von Harkonnen.
I might actually find Dune a little more interesting then. Maybe interesting's the wrong word. Engaging.
Right.
I found Dune a hard read because there were just bits in it that were so slow that I practically hate read it. Because I also worked a job where the company was going under, and so there were no customers. So I read it out of boredom.
Wow.
And there were parts that were not slow, that were very good, that I liked and were engaging. And then I would hit slow parts and I'd be like, ugh, no. Ugh, fine. Because it was that slow.
I have a horrible feeling that these slow parts were the philosophy parts.
I can't recall. That was a while ago. The second book was a little bit better paced for me.
The second book did have a lot of stuff going on.
もっと難しくしてもいいんだぜ
Have we been S ranking everything so far that we complete?
Not everything, but I believe 8 has been our lowest non-failed grade.
Okay. Cool. I didn't realize she was a bassist.
Yeah, it's Rin.
Oh, there's just different costumes for Rin too.
Yeah. So where is she? This is Rin's section. So she gets white hair. She gets sleepy. She gets that.
Yep.
She gets that. Burrow is very jumpy.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit much for me to see that much. But Mari
Marita?
Marija?
Mariha.
is a violinist.
Is she the one who comes out of the... Yes, she is the one who comes out of the back of the car.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I wonder if she's less
そう
jiggly when she's just playing her instrument. Oh, chips.
We don't have the things for her.
Nope.
But
Yeah, let's give that a try.
actually, what was her thing? When combos less than 100, misjudgment won't interrupt the combo.
Okay, so easier to get combos. Yeah, sorry, the bed one was just reminding me a lot of one of my favorite album covers from the Camellia album Sleep, featuring Nanahari.
So she whacks things with her,
Her bow.
yes, that's what it's called.
So as we know, out of the 4 people, one of them always has a bow, one of them has katanas, one has nunchucks, and one has sais. It's the 4 genders. Yeah, she definitely seems like the technical fighter of the group. honk.
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
つまらないわね。まだ体も温まってないよ。
More shirts should include the navel. Just a little dart for that. Ah! Anime. Oh, there's a 5th Happy Otaku pack. Tiny Lady! Which I believe is known in English as Chibi Chibi.
Muse, ready, go.
We're so close to the end of Sailor Stars.
Wait, have you been watching Sailor Stars?
No.
No.
Sailor Business is almost at the end of it.
I don't care if they watch Sailor Stars. I mean, I assume they're going to eventually, but...
I mean, I can finally be done with it. The rewatch by proxy.
How far are they?
They are not quite to the Galaxia section of stars yet, but they're very close. The lights have shown up.
Ah, okay. So they have properly finished with Nefaria then.
Yep.
Good.
Arian has exploded on a plane.
I think... Is that out yet? The actual proper release?
I don't know.
I know that they were finally doing that, and I was very excited. I really need to watch Stars again, but I want to rewatch the whole thing from the beginning. Beach refuses to rewatch, do a Sailor Moon rewatch with me. You coward.
It might not be long enough for him.
Well, to be fair, I think he doesn't want to. He mostly just doesn't want to watch the Dark Tree saga.
The Doom Tree?
Yeah, the Doom Tree. So, you know, fair. Fair. I wouldn't make him watch that one. So.
Shitty Teens, the anime.
I'm going to talk about a whole season of filler while we wait for the other stuff to finish.
Hey, Anne. Our next target is babies. They have such delicious energy.
Let's pose as brother and sister, and then both fall in love with other people, and then get mad at each other for it. Won't that be fun?
It'll be oh so much fun when we're back on Earth, and we don't have to feed the Doom Tree anymore. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the tub. But it was when it was available. By the band Street.
Muse, ready,
I want to play this introduction song. It's kind of funky. Doom, 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 doom.
I mean, I also want to rewatch Stars because I want to know if it really holds up, or if I just have like huge misplaced nostalgia for it. Also, it'd be nice to see it outside of Real Media Player
Oh wow, yeah.
with clarity.
Like, I think that's actually just the slogan of Real Media. Real Media. It would be nice to see this outside of Real Media.
See, I purchased a copy off of eBay when eBay was new.
And they shipped
then-
you some
And
CDs.
not only did they ship me some very homemade DVD, computer-only readable copies that were real media files. That's also how I found out about AMVs, because they had put a whole bunch of other people's work as bonuses.
Helpfully filled your disc with AMVs that they liked.
Yeah, that were all Sailor Moon related. And me and my friend, we stayed up all night watching that. The whole season.
Good God.
We were very loopy near the end. And I don't think my parents understood what we were watching, because I'm pretty sure that was also the point where I was hiding the fact that I was watching Sailor Moon from them.
I mean, that if you're gonna hide Sailor Moon from your parents, that's probably one of the 2 top seasons to hide.
Well, you see, season 1 was fine, but by the time season 2 came around, my parents had found out that Sailor Moon was evil, according to our church. Probably. I'm assuming. I'm making some assumptions there. But it is incredibly evil to watch a show with girls wearing short skirts fighting evil, and therefore that should not be watched anymore.
Yep.
So I learned how the VCR worked and learned how to tape things.
Yeah, that's definitely the problem that religions would have with Sailor Moon. The short skirts.
And yet we never had the issue with Pokemon that definitely came up.
Also, I'm going to slightly twist your words there again for my own personal enjoyment, as we do on the show. I'm going to believe that when you say that your church felt that Sailor Moon was evil, I think I'm going to choose to believe they meant specifically the character, as if it was a real person. So I mean, that does happen a lot there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really remember the logic behind it so much as there was a whole year where I was allowed to watch it, and then suddenly I wasn't allowed to watch it. And then I really figured out how to use the VCR.
Got a real problem with this Sailor Moon, who appears to be recruiting young girls to be Sailor Scouts, when in fact they have no nautical training whatsoever. And the clothing that they are wearing with which to do these sailor business, as they call it, is wildly inappropriate. Well, if you're gonna head out on the water, I expect you to have a full-on hip waders and a yellow coat. Keep that water off you. And what do they do with the fish that they catch out there? Hope it's not wasteful that they're throwing it back or unsafely eating it without cooking said fish.
They're taking the fish to school so that the fish may learn better.
Is it a homeschool?
No, it's a private school, private special fish school.
Okay.
Because homeschooling for fish is they've never really tested the waters on.
It's very true. There's generally too much chlorine around in order to homeschool your fish. I don't know why I've chosen this voice.
I have to admit, I actually wasn't paying attention to everything you were saying, so I don't really know why the fish even came up.
Probably for the best. You'll find out when when Corey edits the highlight reel and decides to cut this bit, but show you anyway.
She should cut this bit. We just mentioned the highlight reel,
Yep.
and that should just automatically get cut. And every time we say welcome to the highlight reel, it means we're safe and it will never go in there. See, I got you, Corey. The problem I had when I learned how to redo the VCR was we had turned to satellite, and so in order for me to tape Sailor Moon, I had to make sure the satellite receiver was on before I left for school that day. Made sure it was on the right channel because it was set up for channel 3 on the VCR.
Right.
And then hope that during the day nobody was going to watch TV and change it or turn it off because they noticed.
That seems really difficult.
Turns out nobody really watched TV in my house, except for me, it seems.
That's,
At least not during the day.
That's useful.
So, yeah. I also learned that it was better to add about 5 minutes on each end, just to be safe.
Just in case. Because clocks are usually bad.
Yep.
Weirdly, actually, it's interesting you learned to use your VCR for a similar reason than I did.
Oh?
It was back in 1984, when I was 4 years old.
Oh,
and
wow.
Robotech was just on the TV for the first time ever. My first anime. And I really wanted to watch it. but I was young enough that I had to ask permission to watch TV first.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
but I'm going to be a good kid, and I really want to watch this show. So at 6 in the morning, I walked into my parents' bedroom and shook my dad awake and said, "Hi, can I watch TV?" That didn't go over very well. So yeah, I had to learn how to use the VCR to tape things from 6 a.m.
It's actually really fantastic.
Unfortunately, Robotech was also one of those things. It was back when people didn't understand serial television. And so the entire series of Robotech was broken up by CTV and sent to affiliate stations across the country. Each one of those stations getting about 15 episodes of a 52-episode series. And they never circulated them. So really, the only way to find out what was happening in different parts of Robotech was either to have family or friends in different areas of the country or go visit people on holiday.
Wow.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been YTV. That was broadcast television. Well, no smoke, no fire. I mean, it wasn't just CTV messing that up, because of course, as you know, Robotech was a TV series that was made up of 3 different TV series, very loosely melded together.
Yep.
Yeah, syndicated TV was terrible for the stories that were more than 1 episode in length, which is why I was always so excited when Star Trek The Next Generation had a 2-part episode. It's like, oh, this is going to be a story that goes a little longer.
I mean, that's actually part of the reason why I got so interested in anime. Because
Right.
I really like cartoons. But so many of them are episodic. Like, you maybe get the starter episodes really interesting, but you never get past a midpoint because they're designed to go on forever and always be episodic.
They would always, well, not always, but they'd often do that. Like, I remember Teddy Ruxpin and DuckTales and Tailspin, Darkwing. They would all start with these 2-hour movies that
Yeah.
would get split up into 4 episodes later. And then the rest of it would be completely...
Yeah, like if you were lucky, you got like this point where maybe like some major progress seemed to happen.
Yeah.
Like they would kind of address the story again. But there was never going to be a conclusion or an ending. And that was weird. And like there are series that really do the episodic thing really well. But when I started watching anime, it was like, oh hey, this goes places.
Yep.
You might want to actually watch most of the episodes. Even in a thing like Sailor Moon that has kind of a monster of the week thing where you don't have to watch every episode to get like the overarching plot. There's still an overarching plot they resolve.
Yeah, there's progression that occurs. Okay, this is definitely my kind of music.
Yeah, Gargoyles was very good, and definitely an exception to
Yep.
the norm.
I think Gargoyles might have been one of the first series to really start reacting to Japanese animation as a thing.
I thought Ninja Turtles also did progression.
Well, Ninja Turtles was
I don't remember exactly.
Ninja Turtles got a lot of its from. It did again that 2-hour opening movie, which was animated by a Japanese studio. But yeah, you're completely right there.
Like we did have the odd show they did it, but the norm was episodic, especially for kids cartoons, and they were made in that sense of we expect kids to not catch any episodes.
Yeah.
Like, this might be the only thing they're catching, but also the idea that maybe they won't pay attention enough to. It's why if you watch like movies that are designed towards very young kids, they re-explain the plot like 16 times throughout the course of the movie.
Yeah, it's the way we make movies, because this is how TV shows work. And they get stuck in such a rut that they can't consider. Shall we shut it down? I think, yeah. This has been fun, chat, but we're gonna call this a show today here, and we're gonna do as we usually do, which is to say thank you, the kind viewer. Those of you who've been here in the chat, just hanging out with us and chatting. Those of you who've been lurking around, we appreciate having you here regardless. And we'd especially like to thank those of you who chose to show your support here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun, where we broadcast all of our things, starting with Zazamost, who has subscribed for 22 months, webcam broken. You still look great, and I'm all excited to see Muse Dash. Thank you for coming.
Control-Alt.
Hey.
Control-Alt Defeat Live for 26 months. Hooray, glad that I can finally resub. It's good to see you back.
Yeah, thank you. Buck Minst, the fuller of the subs, coming in for 26 months, 8-bit Skrillex. How is that different from normal Skrillex? Viewer bits.
I'm not actually familiar with Skrillex, so I don't really know.
He does a lot of wubby.
That means nothing to me. E-Block with that 220 bits. Thank you. This game is still fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for that support.
And we'd like to, Bell Pay has subscribed for 14 months. Thank you so much.
And Fran for 19 months. Oh, hey, look, a button.
You pushed it. Thank you. Cravern has subscribed for 4 months. We'd like to thank you for coming back.
Pixel Savage for that 3-month resub, worth every penny. Thank you for continuing your support.
And S.A. Hewers has been around for 42 months. We greatly appreciate your nerd number subscription. And that is all the subs for today. Check us out over at loadingreadyrun.com/live for all of the scheduled information. You can find out what's coming up there. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m., is it?
So tomorrow at 4 p.m. on YouTube, we're going to be doing the premiere of Road Quest Episode 1.
Yes.
About half an hour beforehand, there should be a page up on YouTube where there'll be a chat. There'll be a tweet, so you can check the Twitter if you can't seem to find it. But yeah, that should be available, so you can come and chat for about half an hour before the thing actually goes live.
Yeah. And where can people find you other than this place?
Just one sec.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what they're planning exactly, but I think we're still doing a Dice Friends tomorrow. It is not going to be the Cam campaign, though. He unfortunately is unwell, so we're moving that campaign to sometime after Desert Bus from the sounds of things. There is maybe another thing that's running tomorrow as a Dice Friends instead. I'm not totally sure on the particulars of that, but hopefully we'll tweet about that on Twitter soon, because I think that would be the next stream.
Yeah, keep your eye on twitter.com/loadingreadyrun, because that seems to be where we put most of our factual updates currently.
As for where you can find me on the internet, I'm over at twitch.tv/lunarjade, and also, oh yeah, that's right, Serge is on in a couple of hours. I forgot about that. I'm also LunarJade on Twitter itself. But yes, that's correct. Serge is up with Play It Forward in a couple of hours.
Stay tuned for that. You can find me over at tilty.house, and we are... Oh, don't forget that those of you who are waiting for the triumphant return and finale of Yakuza 0 with Jacob, check us out on Wednesday night for that, if you like that. Otherwise, I think you're supposed to watch AFK.
I mean...
Watch what you like.
They all happen in Windows. You can open up as many tabs as you want.
It's a good point. No one's stopping you. Do it.
Do check out the Loading Ready Run team page to find all the different people at LUR who do their own home streams. There's a variety of us.
Yes, a lot.
I've completely lost the thread of what we usually do.
We're basically done at this point.
Yeah. you know all the places, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, hi. You all know all the places, right? I'm sure you can find all the things. Should we leave now?
Yeah, pick your favorite URL and stick a loading ready run at the end of it, and you'll probably find something there.
I'm afraid of them making up URLs. I wish you hadn't. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
good night.
go.